Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We are here for the second time with Robson Ribeiro in a phonetics and English pronunciation course for language professionals, such as interpreters and teachers. We had these classes last year with another group of people, and it was awesome. And now we come for the second time with Robson. He is a Ph.D. candidate in English linguistics and a pronunciation mentor. So you are talking to the right person. And he will he will explain many things about phonetics, pronunciation, and teach us how to sound precise and accurate, right? So Robson, you may start, please.
Thank you so very much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. As Juliano just introduced me, my name is Robson. I'm a PhD candidate in English linguistics, and I'll be your mentor in this pronunciation and phonetics mentorship for the next 4 weeks or so, I hope. First, I'd like to thank you all for showing, and I really hope you find this workshop useful. It's a great joy to be speaking to such a diverse audience of English teachers, students, interpreters, and pronunciation enthusiasts. So I hope you have a great time. I'm really glad to see some familiar faces here, like Bruno, who I had a chance to meet before. We had Karen as well, who took this course. So as this is going to be like the opening, this is going to be more of a review of what we saw in the first session, and then I'll try to design according to your needs. So this, I think in this course, I'll be focusing more on intonation, stress, rhythm, unstressed vowels, which are topics that we didn't cover in the last mentorship. But I think today is going to be a little bit similar to what we already did. So I think Karen already benefited from it, but I added like new exercises. So it's somewhat different. So I hope you don't mind it. There's like a pair of vowels that we didn't have time to work, which is the u, right? And I'll try to do a little bit like theoretical, because I love theory as much as practice, but I'm sure that everybody is here for the practice. So I'm gonna try to please you guys. Okay. Hi, Camilla. So welcome. We have Camilla from Bulgaria. She's a Brazilian, but she lives in Bulgaria. We have, I think, 2 or 3 Venezuelans, right? Mildred, who is like Christy's friend. Welcome to our course. Rafael.
Thank you.
Rafael Caldeira has been wanting to take this course like since last year, I think. So he missed like the last call. So I'm glad to have you here. Let me see who else. I don't know. Maria do Socorro. Is Socorro your friend, Juliano Socorro from?
Yeah, I met her. Club? I met her at Polyglota and the Polyglot Club.
Okay, that's great. Let me see if I. Well, there's Hyla, one of my students, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's like more people I know, but well, as I can't see everybody, so I can't really tell. I think I'm gonna ask like some of you. Welcome, Claudia. I think I had an opportunity to meet Claudia. Claudia doesn't remember. Madame welcome to our bonjour. Welcome to our pronunciation mentorship. I think we had an opportunity to meet like during Polyglota last year. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, but I think we met each other in one of the, I don't know, conversation rooms or meet the speaker sessions.
It's possible. I'm not sure about it because I'm not sure about anything at that moment.
Okay, but welcome. I hope you enjoyed.
I'm sure that I'm here with you all, and it's amazing to be here.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear, right? Okay, maybe I'm gonna ask like some people who I haven't met yet, like just to say a few words and what your expectations are. What are your main pronunciation like struggles? I won't have time to talk to everyone because you'll see that 2 hours go by like really fast. So I'm gonna pick maybe Teresa.
Hey Robson. How come just me first?
I don't know. I just looked at you and then I said, oh, Teresa.
Okay. Okay. I've been in Canada for 33 years, so I think my English is pretty good now. However, there's some certain words that there's no way I will never learn how to pronounce.
Really?
And to be honest with you, yes. And to be honest with you, I think there's an age limit. After a certain age, your vocal cords get hard, your brain, the part where you process language gets hard. There's no way. So if you have any strategies to help me to pronounce words like world, anything that has RNL, or even double D, like noodles, sure. I can't say that. I can't. Or even what I do. I am an interpreter. I can't say that right. So I usually do, I do interpretation. So I don't have to say the word interpreter.
Interpreter. Yeah, interpreter is hard. It's hard.
Okay, thanks.
I agree with you. But you sound good. You sound good. What you're saying. So are you in Canada now or in Brazil?
I'm in Canada. I've been,
good.
yeah.
And where are you from?
From Recife. So I still have my nordestina, meu sotaque nordestino.
Everybody does.
I know.
Don't worry.
I speak English. I speak English with an accent from the northeast of Brazil, but that's fine.
Yeah, me too. I'm from Bahia, so we're on the same boat. We're good.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, by the way. Let me see who else here. Maybe Camila.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Robson. So good to see you. Finally.
Finally,
After so many years.
Sure.
I hope you're all doing good. I know the context is not the best one right now, but I see as an opportunity for us this class. So I'm here because, well, I don't know actually what I'm supposed to say right now. Can I say the reason why?
Yeah, you're taking this course, and what are your pronunciation difficulties? Just like that is said, there are words that you can't pronounce like at all.
Okay. So I've been working with English language for about 9 years, I think. And I still had some like difficulties. Even this word, for me, it sounds like, well, I'm not quite sure if I'm doing all right. So for sure, I have a lot to improve. I have a lot of like a big room for improvement. And my main goal is to record an online course in English about marketing and sales for English speakers. So I need to prospect more clients, and that's the reason why I'm here today. I'm very glad to join you all. And I was always expecting for a day that I would be able to have a class with Robson, because he is really amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the nice words. Let me see, maybe Mildred. Let's hear like a different accent. Mildred is from Venezuela. Hi there.
Hello, I'm living now in Caracas, Venezuela. I'm Christy's friend. I don't know if, I suppose that you know her. I'm English teacher in high school. I've been teaching since 2015. Yes. No. I have more years teaching. I've been teaching as an English teacher for 12 years. And my expectations for this course is to improve maybe my knowledge in phonetics. I took in the college phonetics class with an amazing teacher, and I like all of the classes of phonetics. And so with this opportunity in this last year after the pandemic, I realized that I need to improve my knowledge in phonetics, because all of my classes have been like by this way in Zoom. And I realized that I need to improve that.
That's good. So,
and that's the reason I will here. Yeah. Nice to meet you too.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm glad you came. All right, guys. Well, we'll be talking. Unfortunately, we won't have time to talk like to everybody, but I'll try to have like a small conversation like before we start like every session, right? But let's try to focus on what you came here for. I'll be sharing a PowerPoint presentation in just a minute, right? So welcome to our Phonetics and English Pronunciation for Professionals and English learners, speakers at the intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced levels. My name is Robson. I have a degree in journalism, Portuguese. I'm finishing one in English right now. I have a master's degree in language teaching that I got from the Federal University of Bahia. And right now I'm pursuing a PhD in English linguistics, more specifically speech science, phonetics, applied to second language acquisition. And I'm a member of the Laboratory of Applied Phonetics at the Federal University of Santa Catarina. I'm particularly interested in understanding the relationship between music and pronunciation. So this is a theme of my ongoing dissertation, musical aptitude and second language acquisition, in which I investigate the role of perception, musical perception, and the pronunciation of English vowels measured in acoustic terms. These are some of my previous workshops. I started giving pronunciation workshops more officially in 2018, right when I started my PhD at Semana de Letras, research week as we call it. And also I have a project that I started in 2018 as well, if I'm not mistaken, which is pronunciation for musicians as well, or for people who like to learn languages through music, right? Whose last edition was, I think, last year, a year ago. So yeah, I didn't have time to do a second one. Another one that was I did 4 so far. I did 3 in Bahia and 1 in Florianopolis, so 4 altogether. And I hope to do another one sometime, maybe online. But this is what we get now. All right. So for today's session, I'm going to talk a little bit about the challenges involving pronunciation and second language acquisition. We are going to take a quick tour on the International Phonetic Alphabet table, but I think I'm going to improve that for the next session. I think it's really important to understand a little bit of articulatory phonetics, right? And also, we are going to work with these pairs of vowels today, not the unstressed ones, but the I, A, U, right? And some of these are particularly hard for, non-native speakers of English because you don't have those vowels. To be honest, if you ask an acoustician, somebody who works with acoustics, we don't have any of these vowels in Portuguese, but the I, E, and U are more similar to what we have in our Portuguese language inventory. But if you ask an acoustician in terms of acoustic values, because we have somebody in physics here, Bruno, right? So those are not the same vowels, but we're going to talk a little bit about that later. And I prepared a last session. I think that Teresa is going to enjoy this one in particular, because I picked a few words which are very challenging, even for native speakers of English, so we can take a look at. So maybe we'll feel a little bit more relieved, right? Because there are words that even native speakers struggle with. So why should we, right? Okay. I'd like to, before starting the actual presentation, I'd like to ask you guys a few questions. In your opinion, what are the most difficult aspects of pronunciation when learning a second language? Do you think vocabulary acquisition, speaking, listening? Let me hear Bruno.
Hi, Robson.
Hi there.
So I'm not the same level that you guys. I'm a student from Brazil, and I'm studying physics and in the science area. But I think all things English is difficult to me because my speaking is not so good. I have to improve a lot, and my best skills is listening and reading. I have to practice writing. But about the pronunciation, I think I have a Frankenstein. First time speaking because I mix the accents and I cannot pronounce some vowels, some words. I have to improve a lot. So I think my most difficult aspect is speaking.
Speaking.
In general. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking. Do you think you have more problems with fluency, with the flow of your speech, or with some specific sounds,
I think
as we call like accuracy?
I think fluence and the specific words and the sound.
And sounds as well. Can you think of any words that you struggle with pronouncing?
I don't know. Let me think a little. I don't know.
For example, mundo in English, mundo, right?
Or
Mundo in English, or menina even, right? Some people have trouble with these words.
yeah, I have a specific difficult because I start to learn British accent, and the British
I see.
has R, the vowel R is very different than American accent. So I don't know if I can confuse some words or pronounce it wrong or mix things. So I think it's a problem to me.
I see. That's interesting. But some of the sounds are the same, like the vowels. I think most vowels are the same, except that British English, they have the schwa vowel along, right? Instead of saying O, they're gonna say something like O, and they pronounce the true T's. But it's pretty much the same language. You'll get like somewhat confused, but not that, crazy confused, right? Okay, so I think I'll ask the second question. I'll ask Anna. Anna, are you there?
Me? Anna,
Yes.
me?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. It's really
it's
nice.
Such a pleasure being here with you guys. Yeah. Oh, it's hard for me sometimes listening, but also speaking. It depends. For example, when native speakers, when it's a long test, and sometimes I got confused and I have to struggle with. And I remember something happened funny. Do you remember that? I forgot the name of the project with the North American in Porto Seguro.
Oh, I forgot it too. Yeah, but I remember the project. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the interpreters, Guilherme, and it was about the words sheep and sheep. Even me, to pronounce, and it was so funny because he wants to say ovelha, but he said navio. And it was so funny. And I think all of us, or most of us, have problems with this, even in our language, right?
Yeah, well, in English, the E and the I pair. All right, besides the ship and sheep pair, can you think of tricky words that you have trouble, or maybe your students, right? Because Anna is also a language teacher, an English teacher. Can you think of any words that maybe your students have difficulties, or Brazilians in general?
Yes, I think it's very, we have to practice and pay attention, because sometimes you say, how can I say this word, like, how can I express myself? I don't know how to say it. Because sometimes I feel I'm an English teacher and I'm embarrassed, to say this, but sometimes I know that we are not supposed to say everything, but as an English teacher, we must improve our English, and I must improve my English, And when I saw just yesterday, and I saw, oh, that's for me, I need this,
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and you are great.
Okay, thanks. I hope I won't disappoint. But yeah, because Anna is I think you're a high school, right? Elementary, middle, high school. Yeah. Elementary and high school teacher. And the thing is, in Brazil, especially in public schools, but in private schools as well, as teachers, we don't have many opportunities to put English into practice. So that's why. And to be a teacher doesn't mean that you have to master everything, right? Because at school, like in Brazil, the teaching is more like more focused on reading skills, right? Reading and interpretation for the entrance exams. So we develop like different skills. But I'm glad you came for the for the phonetics.
Yeah, but sometimes I think I didn't, the opportunities I have abroad, I didn't practice English, my English as I could, you know?
Mhm.
And sometimes I feel a little sad about that. So
Okay. Yeah,
even
but
the,
it,
even, even the French. Yeah.
Now you have
okay.
to travel abroad again.
Ah, yes.
That's good. And one last question. Do you think children learn new sounds more easily than adults? I think I'm gonna ask,
Robson,
yeah,
can I share?
sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to choose another person to talk about it, but I'd like to
No,
share
I'd
with
love
you.
to hear you.
My name is Erica. I'm a teacher. Okay. Okay. And I'm taking some courses focused on bilingual studies. And the first part of the course, we were talking about the brain. Uh, Special and interesting aspects of it according to the language learn and language acquisition. And
Right.
there's a myth. There's a myth because everybody everybody thinks that children learn English or learn another language better than adults. And it's a myth. Children uh, acquires language better than adults, but adults have more information according to the structure of the language, grammar, uh, etc., verbs, adjectives, etc. Children don't know these parts of the language, the structure of the language, but children acquires language much better than adults.
I see. That's a very interesting point. Yeah, that's the reason why I added this question to our warming up like introduction because sorry, because yeah, we tend to think that children learn or acquire a language more easily than adults, right? But children also, I think they have a hard time learning a language, right? Because we think that they learn like easily, but they also learn through like trial, error, exposition, right? They make mistakes as they learn, right? And it's very interesting because some of the mistakes, quote unquote, that children make while acquiring a language are very similar to the ones that we as adults make when learning that very same language as a second language. I think most researchers would agree that children learn like sounds like slightly better than adults, but it doesn't mean that adults cannot learn like new sounds. If you know how to, if you master the articulatory, like let's say gestures, let's put it this way, if you learn how that sound is made, because speaking also involves perception, right? And when we learn sounds in a second language, it doesn't mean that we're learning like the actual sounds that we think we are, because hearing, like listening, can be like misleading, right? So that's why even when we have like a very good level of English, because I see that everybody here has like a very good level, we still confuse like some sounds. It's because even though we hear them, we cannot perceive them accurately. And that's why, at least that's what most researchers say. That's the reason why we cannot produce specific sounds, is because we are not perceiving them well enough to be able to produce them. Because you hear the sound, but sometimes you hear as something similar to what you already recognize. For example, the pair that Anna just mentioned, the ship and sheep, right? The reason why that we confuse the two sounds is because they are articulatorily similar. They are different, but they are articulatorily close, right, to one another. And we don't have like any of these categories in Portuguese, and especially the one for navio, the ship. We don't have the ship one. So we end up pronouncing as sheep because of the influence of spelling as well. Because when we read, we see like S-H-I-P, and we want to read sheep because this letter is equivalent to E in Portuguese most of the time, right? I don't know if that was long. I'm sorry. But Yeah. So why is pronunciation challenging, in your opinion? Roberta, why is pronunciation challenging?
I
Or
think
anyone.
that I think that it's because we're trying to say something we never said.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? Angie?
Hi.
Hi there.
There are other sounds in a language that we don't have in ours.
Right.
So like the TH sounds. I used to teach my students, you put your tongue between your teeth and just blow. And
I see.
then to make them understand that there are sounds that we don't have in our own language. It's hard to explain sometimes.
I have something else to say also because of memory. We don't remember the sound, how it is. We say one time and then we don't remember anymore how to say it again. I think memory is also a problem. Katya would like to say something.
Yeah, Katya.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi there.
Hi. Can you see me? Well, anyway, you're not losing anything. No, it's just, I was going to say that for some sounds require some different muscles, facial muscles, I would say, that have been like almost dead. Because when we are a child, we are everything is flexible, right? And if you don't, it's just like doing exercise. If you don't practice all the time, right, you can never learn a new one, or you forget. It's how do I say, fossilize or something.
Fossilize, yeah, that's a very good word. Yeah, fossilize, yeah.
So maybe that's why, one of the reasons why a child can learn better. No, because it's flexible and it's easy to imitate.
Yeah, because of like imitation
I can't do abs, for example. It's been such a long time. I remember I was a young girl when I did it. Okay, so it's difficult. But I believe that by practicing, you'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not exactly as a native speaker, right? And just because you don't have to speak as a native speaker does. You have to
because you're social. Exactly. It's all about like intelligibility, because their social history is different. You would have to be born like in a different country and be like another person, right?
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So some of the reasons why pronunciation is challenging, besides the ones that you brought here, is because pronunciation involves speaking, production, and listening. You cannot produce a sound that you're not perceiving like well enough to produce. And one thing is to notice that the sound is different, pronounce it in isolation. A third thing is to pronounce it in a word. A fourth thing is to pronounce it in a sentence. And a fifth thing is to be able to reproduce it like in speech, because of like memory and attention, right? Because memory and attention plays a role. The listener is also responsible for the communication, right? And also because there are other individual differences, such as the ones that you mentioned, among others, that may play a role in pronunciation acquisition. And some of these issues are language use or language engagement, as some specialists nowadays say, because sometimes you move abroad, like there's another myth. Speaking of myths, people think that moving abroad is enough to make you, sound really well in a language. But the thing is, if you don't engage with that community, you're not going to evolve as much, right? So it's all about not only moving to a different country, but also like putting that language into practice and engaging with, let's say, with both native and non-native community that you find there, right? Your attitude, your motivation, of course. Some say like aptitude. There are people who have like aptitude for language, right? More than others, right? But it doesn't mean that if you have like a lower aptitude for language, it doesn't mean that you won't learn, right? Phonological awareness, which is a little bit more of a complicated concept, but it has to do with knowing about like the existence of a specific sound and being able to perceive it, and noticing, which is the same as like attention and awareness, right? You're going to be able to reproduce not only the, let's say, the structures or the sounds that you perceive, but that you notice and that you pay attention that are different, right? I don't know if I'm making this complicated. I hope not. Okay. So a little bit of articulatory phonetics. Like today, I think I'm gonna focus like more on vowels because that's what we're gonna have time for, right? So like a quick overview on articulatory phonetics, which is the branch of phonetics which is concerned with understanding how human speech sounds are produced, right? Which articulators are involved in the production if you use like your teeth, your mouth, right? But everything starts here in your lungs, right? Because in order to produce speech, you need like air coming out of your lungs, like most of the time, right? Because you have like some sounds which are produced with the air like coming out of the environment into like your lungs, right? Like the non-pulmonic sounds, right? But most sounds in natural languages are pulmonic, right? So you need air, right? And this air go through this phonation process, which has to do with the vibration of your vocal folds, as we say, right? Because they are really folds and not chords, as people used to say, right? Because before they have more sophisticated, let's say, tools, they used to think that instead of vocal folds, we would have like chords, right? But if you do, I don't know, laryngoscopy or if you use any kind of like inspection instrument, what you're gonna see is like two folds, like you know, coming closer and pulling apart, right? And phonation process is really important for making a difference between like voiced and voiceless sounds. For instance, when you produce like a, as in, let's say, as in P or people, when you say the, and if you place your fingertip against your throat, what do you feel? Because you really have to feel like, if you want to feel it now, so you can like use your hands and place them like about here, because that's where your vocal folds are vibrating. Not the whole word, right? Because if you say people, you're going to be confused. But if you say a p with a greater degree of aspiration, like, so what you notice is your vocal folds are not vibrating, right? But if you say its counterpart, the b, as in, I don't know, bark, b, b, so your vocal folds vibrate, right? The same goes for, let me think about like a fricative sound, like, right? So what do you feel when you place your fingertips against your throat? When you say like far, far. Yeah, so your vocal folds are not vibrating. But if you produce its counterpart of v, as in, I don't know, van, v, v, your vocal folds are vibrating, right? So that's why the phonation process is really important.
There's
right?
a vibration.
And then the third process in speech production of pulmonic sounds is the oral nasal process, because your vocal tract is made of your oral and your nasal cavities, right? For nasal consonants such as as in sing, mum. So the air is going to go through your nasal cavity, because this velum here is going to be lowered, and then the air is going to go over this cavity as well, right? Some sounds are completely nasal, some sounds are completely oral, but it's really common that you have like a combination of both of these cavities, right? And then, most importantly, is you have the articulatory process, right, which is responsible for, the sounds that we produce, really, because the articulatory process is responsible for like shaping the sounds that we produce, right? It's all about the articulators that are put into use when you produce sounds, right? And sometimes, because we do not understand those very well in a second language, we end up producing something that is, similar to what we think we are hearing, right? Like the as we say, the quote unquote the th sound, right? Some students tend to say like th, right? Because they cannot hear it, right? We say like th and they say f or s, right? Some speakers are going to say s because they are articulatorily, close, right? So that's why it varies. Sorry if I'm taking too long here.
Robson, can I do a question? I don't know.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
I understand that our voice is pretty much like a guitar or a string instrument. Like,
yeah.
And there are people that have a high voice, really high voice, like women, and there are other people that are low voice, like men, something like that. So you have this kind of people have difficulties to pronunciate some words, some sounds, or is the same for every people?
That's a very good question. Because they are male or female?
Yeah, I think it's
considering those.
Yeah, it can be male, but I think it's the type of the voice of the person. Like
I think he is talking about high pitch voice and low pitch voice.
Something like this.
Right. Let me see if I understood your question well. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Well, because I'm an SLP, speech and language pathologist, phonoaudiólogo. So about your question, so the high pitch or a low pitch, it depends on how many vibrations per second we produce. So women that have a very high voice, they vibrate much more than us men. For example, they would vibrate 400 times per second. And my voice, for example, I'm talking to you and my vocal folds are vibrating 100 times per second. So the effect that this has when we produce, it doesn't have an impact in articulation, but it can have an impact on listening. If a person has a hearing loss, for example, for very acute, very high pitch in the zone for very high, so they can have more difficulty in understanding a woman than a man. So these can happen, but not for the articulation, but for listening and understanding, yes. Because
and perceiving, yeah, the different categories of sound.
Understand, they are much more comfortable when they speak to men than they speak to women, and vice versa.
Okay. Right, it has to do with like personal preference. And when we do research in acoustics, for example, we have to, well, this is going to sound like too specific, but we have to like normalize data usually, because like the frequency values, just as Olav explained, for for both, let's say, male, female, and children, they're all like very different. Even if it's like the same sound, the same word produced, like the same wave, the same intonation, right? The values are different because the frequencies are different. But if that has an impact for production, I don't think. It may have an impact for perception, just as put by Olav, but for production, not necessarily so. Yeah, if I understood well. But there's something, it's not the topic for today's class, that we call like voice quality or vocal quality, right? Which is even more important than accuracy, that is, than the production of specific sounds. Because what makes you have a specific accent is not only like production of specific sounds. That as well, it can give you like a foreign accent. But for example, the way we call it placement, right? The way that you resonate, let's put it this way. It's like, yeah, we call it like vocal, vocal quality, let's put it this way, right? And the interesting thing is about, perception is, like, at least for native speakers, it's really interesting because even though like the very same sound, like E, is produced by different speakers, we can still understand. Like if ship is produced by men, women, or children, even though the frequencies, like in production, are different, we can still understand that token because of the, let's say, because of the quality, right? Some people say it's duration, but I would rather say that it's the quality or the color of that segment, right? Which, even though the frequencies change, because one is going to say with a more like high-pitched voice or low, deep voice, but let's say there's something about the quality of that vowel or that consonant, that sound, that will still make us recognize it as such.
I understand. I think the explanation, the Olavo explanation helps a lot to me because I'm a physics and I understand very, very well about frequencies and something like this. So I think I understand that a person has a range that your perception can take to understand. So I think this this range is very huge, I think. So I think you can understand have kind of people, children. I think that the thing about the quality, the voice quality is the most important.
Yeah, like the vocal quality, whatever we call it. Okay, so these are some of the articulators that we put into use when producing sounds in language. Either you're native or a second one that you're learning. But the thing is, some of these articulations are going to be a little less used. That's why they're going to be like rigid. But for the th, there's something really interesting about the th sound that we call like intradental fricative, because it is considered challenging even for like native speakers. Like the voiceless one, as in thanks, according to research, is the last one to be acquired, at least consonant, the last consonant to be acquired by native speakers. There's a study that say that native speakers acquired sound like in a stable way at the age of 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken, right? It has to do with universals, let's put it this way. It has to do with the fact that this place of articulation and the manner of articulation is considered like complex from the, let's say, from the articulatory point of view. And that makes this specific th sound, both the th and its counterpart, the, like rare in the languages of the world. We say that these sounds are, in linguistics, we say that these sounds are like more marked. The rarer and the more difficult to articulate them, the rarer they are going to be in the languages of the world. Just like nasal vowels. Like nasal vowels are like more marked than oral vowels, because most natural languages, they have more oral vowels than nasal vowels, for example. Right? I think this is getting to tech. Okay, so the IPA, like I'm just gonna take like a quick tour, like because of time, right? But you will see that you have different tables for vowels and consonant. Okay, so this is a table for consonant, because there's one thing that we, in case you haven't learned yet, that I think it's really important when studying a second language and when learning phonetics, is that the relationship between like orthography, spelling, and sound is one of representation, and not that, oh, a letter has a specific sound, right? I know this sounds really simple, but if you listen attentively, that can change your life, because because if you have that idea that, oh, a letter has sounds, right? Oh, the TH sound, oh, this has, right? Of course, it's easier to say, but if you think that, for example, oh, what about the A, B, C, right? Why do you say A? Right? A is only one of the possible representations for this grapheme here. It doesn't mean that this grapheme will always sound A, right? It's only one of the possibilities. And in the alphabet, we have this as a reference for like spelling, right? But it doesn't mean that it will always sound this way, right? And one reason for that is because in some languages like English, that we have like a sound inventory size, like a high one. So you're gonna have like fewer letters than sound. You're gonna have like more sounds than letters of the alphabet to represent them, right? So you have to think, guys, of spelling and sound as like two separate entities, even because English has not always been written with the Roman alphabet. They used to use runes, so it's really like representation, right? Okay, so to go over really quickly here on this table, here have like the pulmonic consonants and the non-pulmonic ones. So the pulmonic consonants are produced with the air coming out of your lungs. Like most sounds are produced like that, right? And when you check like the IPA chart, imagine that this is let's say like a sagittal cut of your mouth, right? Here are your lips, and here's like the back of your mouth, okay? And here are the sounds that you're going to produce with different types of obstruction, okay? And you're going to use your articulators to do that. When you say that a sound is bilabial, you're using both of your lips to produce the obstruction. If you say explosive, so this column here describes the way that the air goes through your mouth, right? Here, the different types of obstruction, like using your different types of articulators, right? The bilabial, labial dental, such as f, or interdental, th, right? And then the further you go, you know, the more posterior they're going to be like in your mouth, okay? So you have the p until, there are sounds that I can't even produce because some of these are not present in English or any other language that I know. Maybe like the glottis sound can be produced in some varieties of English. That's probably the symbol they use, for example, since Bruno learned, I think, British English, for example, some British speakers are going to say, instead of saying butter or even butter, they're going to say with like a lot of pause, right? And it's represented by this symbol, and you're going to use your glottis to produce that, for example, right? And the non-pulmonic ones are really interesting because they are produced with the air coming like out of the environment into your vocal tract. Just like the clicks are very common in like in African languages. I don't know if you ever had a chance to hear probably the, you know, those sounds that we make as if we were playing, but in African languages, they play a role, right? They are sounds of a specific language, right? Did anyone have a question?
No, I just say the name of this language, like it's Zulu.
Ah, the Zulu, yeah, Zulu, probably Swahili as well, right?
Not sure about the others, but it's very interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
Xhosa as well. Xhosa.
Ah, the Xhosa as well, right? It contains clicks, and the adjective ones are really interesting as well because the adjective sounds are going to sound something like this. For example, when we produce it like with the air coming out of your lungs out, you're going to say like, right? And in English, there's going to be like a greater degree of aspiration. You say, right? But when you say an adjective sound with the air coming like out, and you're going to say something like, this is like what an adjective sound sounds like, supposedly, okay? And now I'm going to show you like the vowel charts like really quickly. And why are they in a different chart? It's because vowels, an important feature of vowels is that they do not have like any degree of obstruction. So vowels, they are formed with, with a free passage of air through your mouth, right? So you don't have like obstruction between, they form a continuum in your mouth, right? For example, if we imagine this is like your mouth, Okay, this is like we call it the vowel space inside your mouth, right? And to produce these vowels, you're going to use, basically you're going to use your tongue, which is going to go like up and down, right? And front and back, right? And you're going to use your lips as well, but especially your tongue, right? So this is what you're going to do. Like the highest vowel, the highest front vowel in natural languages is E, as in sheep, okay? And then you have yeah. They form a continuum. There's nothing that separates them, right? So I'd say that vowels, I don't know if you agree, but vowels, in my opinion, are much more challenging to acquire than consonants, because consonants are a lot easier to teach, right? Because you say, oh, do this with your mouth, right? It's easier. But the placement of tongue is hard, because it's something that is happening like inside, and well, you can show like the degree of opening of the jaw, right? That's the main reference for, you know, vowel production. But I think it's a lot more challenging, because for consonant, like the way that the articulators interact is a lot easier to understand. Okay, don't worry, we're not going to study all these vowels, because in English you have only around 15 of them, depending on the variety, of course. The second vowel in the pair means that it is a round vowel. Okay, for example, we have like E, 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 and then this the second one is usually a round one, like U, as we have in French, in German, and other Germanic languages, for instance. Sorry for going like too quickly, but basically what we learned so far is that consonants are produced with a certain degree of obstruction in your vocal tract, right? And they are characterized by place, like lips, teeth, right? And manner of articulation. If it's plosive, if you're making a friction, right? And vowels are produced with free passage of air in your vocal tract, right? And you're basically going to move your tongue like up and down, you know, front and back. And lip rounding can be really important, especially in languages like French and German, that you have like the U, the round distinctive vowels, right? Because one thing is to say Louis, and another thing is to say lui, right? Because Louis would be Louis, like a proper name, Louis, and lui would be a subject pronoun, an object pronoun, sorry, right? And and the voicing as well is really important for consonant. That has to do with like the phonation process that I just mentioned, right? Because if the consonant is voiceless, so your vocal folds are not vibrating to produce that sound. But if they are voiced, so you have like vibration of the vocal folds, right? Hope this is not sounding too technical. This is like the inventory we have like in English, like around, I don't remember how many consonants, but we have around 15 vowels, because usually when we get asked, oh, how many vowels are there, like in Portuguese, we tend to say 5, right? Because, or even like in Spanish, right? Because of the number of letters in the alphabet. But in Portuguese, the E and O count as oral vowels. So we have, I think in Portuguese you have like around 15 as well, if you count like nasal vowels as well, because they can be distinctive, because one thing is to say cato, another thing is to say canto, right? But oral vowels, we have 7, right? Because, for example, avô and avó count, right? So even though you have like a single grapheme to represent them, so you still have 2 different sounds being represented here. I think I'm gonna skip like the story of English a little bit, otherwise we won't have time to do the practice here. But basically, one thing that is important to know is that English, when it was like first, let's say, I don't know if I can like maybe documented or written, they used to use the runic alphabet. That was like back in the like 5th century, and only in the 7th century, with the work of the I think monks in monasteries, they introduce English to the Roman like alphabet as we know, right? And that's why we have problems, because we have like more sounds than letters of the alphabet to represent them. And English in the past used to be a lot more similar to the way it is spelled. But then, you know, there's a phenomenon called like the Great Vowel Shift, which I won't have time to go into detail, that, you know, for social linguistic reasons, people, I think in the 14th century, started to speak differently because of the rise. This is one of the theories of like a more empowered social class. So that class wanted to sound different from the rest of the people, you know, in the British Isles, let's put it this way. And then specialists don't know for sure, but this is one of the reasons that might explain language change here in this case, right? Okay, so we just talked about the relationship between like sound
Robson?
and spelling, which is
So,
not
so
a very...
I think you meant that, for example, name before was pronounced name.
Probably as name, yeah. And then nam, and then nem, and then name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm going like too quickly. I'm trying to like track time so that we you know, arrive like faster, like at the most fun part. So how is it so far, guys? Too much theory? I'm almost done.
It is actually amazing. I was looking forward to seeing all this part actually.
But Robson, are we going to explain this in more detail in the next sessions?
Yeah, some of it.
We
yeah,
can
because
come
there's
back
just
to
so
some
much.
of these slides
Yeah.
and explain them better, right?
Sure, yeah. Although like 3 meetings is too little. We would need like a whole semester, but yeah, but we don't have that, of course. No, but seriously. And that's not even enough, guys. As a PhD candidate, I think I took maybe 4 or 5 like phonetics and phonology courses, and I tell that they are not enough. Like I'm taking acoustics for the 2nd time, so that makes it like 6. So and there's still like so much. I think that phonetics, because it's my field, but compared to other fields, I think because it is very multidisciplinary, it seems to me that there's always like something new to learn, right? Because phonetics and phonology interfaces with like speech sciences, like in general, even with forensics, right? Or physics, anatomy. So it's very interdisciplinary, right? So there's always something to be learned. Okay, so now like the fun part. So we're gonna practice vowels. I just put this chart here because I think it's cool, like the way it shows like with different words, like the changes of the in the continuum, right? The green, the E, like green, silver, gray, right? It has to do with the, you know, the different colors that you hear have to do with of course the articulatory movement, right? And also with the color, because some people say, oh, this vowel is longer than this one, like prototypically longer than this one. But I tell that you can say, for example, a sheep as in ovelha, okay, sheep, and you can say ship, like short, and you can say ship. You can say it long, so it won't change. It's not duration, like essentially, it's timbre. Timbre, as we say, it's timbre, it's the color, right? It's the frequencies, let's put it this way, that make that sound what it is, and the articulators involved in producing that sound, okay? And a pair that is of difficulty for non-native speakers, I would say like Brazilians, but Spanish-speaking people as well, is the sound, because it has to do with perception. Probably not, if I were a woman saying it, like, I don't know, with a high-pitched voice, I don't know if it would make it like more difficult, but most Brazilians can't hear like this difference. I don't know. So Juliano, did you improve since the last time you took this course?
I didn't pay attention to my pronunciation in that regard.
No, but I mean, do you think, were you able to perceive these two sounds before, or you never thought about them?
Never thought that much. No.
Yeah, I've never thought that much
Like
about it. Like
red and cat. I don't.
Yeah, red and cat. Yeah. So the difference here is in the articulation, right? And this one is considered to be like ah. This is lower, right? And the hint that I give is try to say like ah with your mouth like wide open, right? Try to say ah, just the articulation. But instead of saying ah, you say eh. And then you get there. You open your mouth, right? As you go to the dentist, and the dentist says, "Oh, open your mouth and say," but here you're gonna say, right? Open your mouth and say, right? I don't know if it helped.
And what about red?
About what? Red?
Red.
This one?
Yes.
As in red dress? Well, this one is similar to the one we have in Portuguese. It's not identical. Right? I like to say this because if an acoustician hears me, yeah, it's really important that I'm telling you guys that this one is similar to what we have in Portuguese, but not identical. This one we don't have anything like we don't have it at all. Let's put it this way. We confuse with this one, but it's a different category. And why do I say it's a different category? Because in some words it doesn't make a difference. I can say category with an accent, okay, with a greater degree of accent, as we say, grau de acento in Portuguese, right? I can say category, it doesn't change anything, instead of like category, right? But sometimes, for example, it makes a difference. For example, the like bet and bat, like a baseball bat, right? And to bet, like to bet money. So it's different, right? Bet and bat, right? You have two different words, and the change is just one sound, right?
Oh, so the cat is more open.
Yeah, more open.
The mouth is more open.
Yes.
And red is more closed.
Yeah, red is more closed, right? But they are all sort of like lowish. Yeah, I think that these ones are, maybe the is middle vowel. Yeah, is middle, like are middle vowels, and this one is like low because it's at the bottom, right? Let's put it this way. Okay, so let's do some practice here, right? We have a few pairs. We're gonna have like more interesting exercises. Okay, this is just for me to show how the articulation works. Okay, so we have like E for E in English. It's you have to stretch your lips even more, guys, than you do for Portuguese, because I don't know, words in Portuguese. For example, when you say the word igreja, it's you're not tensing your lips that much. But if you say it with the E in English, it's going to be more like igreja. Like it's a bit tenser, right? So that's why I say it's not identical. They are related. They are very close. They are part of the same category. I think this is getting complicated, but they are not exactly the same sound. Not exactly the same sound. If you go back to the IPA chart, I don't know. I think maybe it's too far. But for example, you're going to have like one symbol. It's for the E. Okay, so if you check like a Portuguese dictionary and an English dictionary, or a bilingual one, so you're going to have the same symbol. But in production, like acoustically speaking, like in terms of like actual production, so they are slightly different. And this one is considered to be totally different. It's is a new category, right? And for the usually, in order to master this sound, I usually tell like my students or learners or whoever I'm teaching this sound, try to say with your mouth closed, like as you say, like estrela. I don't know. I can't think of any words. Like estrela. Try to say estrela with your mouth closed, like estrela. Estrela. Is this sound? Esse som aqui que eu quero. Estrela. When you say ship, right? When you associate it with word in Portuguese and then you replace the sound, maybe you can hear it better than just say ship and sheep. Because if I say ship and sheep, some people I'm sure are hearing like the same thing, even though the production is actually like different, right? And for the okay, so I explained both, right? So the E is a bit tenser, right? But don't worry so much about this one. It's okay to have an accent here because you're not gonna change the meaning of the word. You're just going to have a greater degree of accent. But this one, you change the meaning of the word, right? If you don't pronounce it like accurately. Okay, so sheep, e, like some people in Brazil say estrela, estrela. Okay, try to say estrela, sorrindo. Okay, sorri. All right, and then estrela, like you're sad. Right? It's like to say sorri, but then it would, you know, play and say sorri, sorri, sorri. It's this sound that I want. Esse aqui que eu quero, ó, com a boca mais fechada, with your mouth a bit more lax and closed. Okay, and this one is like tenser. Okay, this may look really basic, guys, but I noticed that this is not the greatest problem, but this is a problem that even like advanced speakers have sometimes, right? So you kind of, in linguistics, we say you kind of backslide because that category was not formed like well enough. So kind of backslide and you end up like confusing them. And some people never took a chance to make them like distinctly, okay?
Robson,
so let me
we have
hear,
a question by Flavio. He asked you how to pronounce bitch and beach.
Okay, very good. So who, Flavio? Flavio or Flavio?
Flavio.
Flavio. Flavio, could you try to produce it for me? Can I hear your production?
Yes, I think it's bitch and beach.
Okay, that's good. Say it again. Let me hear like you.
Bitch and beach. As praia,
bitch,
beach.
Beach. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Bitch and beach. If I were you, I would try to make your A a little bit, let's say, a little bit shorter and clipped, and with your mouth a little bit more closed, like ship instead of ship. Otherwise,
ship.
it sounds like
bitch.
shippa.
Oh,
okay,
right.
Try to say shippa instead of shippa, right? Because it's different from the I. It's I with your mouth closed. Ship, sheep.
All right.
Okay. By the way, Flavio, where do you live?
I live in Belo Horizonte, Minas
that's
Gerais.
good. That's great.
Yes.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a civil servant at Ministério Público.
Right.
And I studied law, but now I am studying languages, letras. I'm studying English.
English? That's good.
In another graduation.
Okay, undergraduate program. Okay, that's very good. All right.
And
so
once the professor, once my professor, she told me that when I spoke beach in the meaning of praia, I was instead saying bitch.
Bitch. That's funny. That's funny because people do like the opposite. Usually the opposite, right? Because
no, but I corrected actually. I actually corrected this pronunciation. But in the day she told me this, I think I was pronouncing it wrong.
I see. Yeah, most non-native speakers confuse these two sounds. I mean, if you don't have them in your repertoire, right? Let me hear somebody else here. Unfortunately, I won't have the pleasure to talk to each one of you. Maybe Claudia, could you try to produce these 3 pairs? I don't know if it's a sound you struggle with, or maybe you're an expert.
Oh, I'm not an expert.
Okay, could you try to produce these pairs of sounds here?
Cheap, cheap. Leave, leave. Did, deed.
Okay, so you produce them like almost identical. Okay, so try to make the first one shorter, like as estrela. Try to say estrela in Portuguese. Estrela and then estrela. But close your mouth. Estrela, estrela.
Estrela.
Ship.
Ship.
Ship. Yeah, I want that sound for the first word. Okay, so ship, and the second one, you smile. Sheep.
Sheep.
The first one.
Okay. Sheep.
No, the first one. Estrela. Ship.
Ship.
Good. The second.
Sheep.
The first.
Sheep.
Oh, it's the same. Ship. Let's focus. Let's try one more time. Say ship. Estrela. Ship.
Ship.
Ship. Say again. Ship.
Ship.
Okay, you're sad. Ship. And then when you say the second one, you're smiling. Sheep. Okay, and then sad again. Sad. The first word. Ship. Okay. Try to think of the sound E in Portuguese and estrela, right? Even though you see I, mesmo que você tá vendo o I de ortografia. Very good. Ship.
Ship. Sheep.
This one.
Leave.
Live. Live. You're sad. Live.
Live.
Live. And this one you smile.
Leave.
Good. The
Did.
first? Good. Very good.
Deed.
Very good. You made it.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. That was very good. Let's see. Probably the guys, this one is considered to be one of the most difficult to be acquired. But I have a few hints here that might help you guys. Let me show you, like, for a second, a software that I have here, right? In case you continue this course, I'm going to give you access to this pronunciation app that I have here, okay? So if it helps, I'm just gonna play one more example with the E and I, right?
Eat.
See, E, you smile, just like Claudia did.
It.
I, okay? Okay, this is the sound in isolation, okay? So let's try to put it in a sentence.
Make sure to eat all of it.
Okay, so let's try to read the sentence. Make sure to eat all of it.
Make sure to eat all of it.
All of it, and then you're sad at the end, okay? A second one, seat.
Seat.
The noun, and
sit.
Sit, okay? You barely open your mouth, sit.
Sit.
Can you hear the difference?
Sit.
Am I making sense? Or
Sit.
Bruno, for example, because I see Bruno,
Sit.
Teresa, and Renan now. Bruno, does this make sense to you? I don't know if you ever studied like these differences before.
Yeah, I studied this in the course in the Quarentena Polyglot.
Okay, with Gabriela. She's probably using like the same app, right?
Yeah, so I saw the E sound and the sound that, and I think I can get it.
Oh, that's
I don't
good.
know if I can produce, but I can. I can the difference.
Yeah, but you get there because perceiving is already like a major step, right? And then, you know, practice.
That's the seat that Jane sits in.
You see? Could you hear the difference? Like the seat that one sits in, right? And even the in, the preposition, here you have like the same sound, like sits in, okay? Sits in. Then you have connected speech, sits in. So that's the seat that Jane sits in.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me have maybe Mateus. Could you repeat the sentence, Mateus?
Okay, that's the seat that Jane sits in.
Okay, the last one was very good, but this first one, you can try to do it like similar to what you do in Portuguese, like seat, as if you were like smiling, happy, and then at the end you're sad, okay? Because if you pay attention here at the articulation, like the first one is a little bit like stretched to the side, right? And the second one is like more closed, right? So seat that Jane sits in. Can you say it again? Can you read it again?
Okay, that's the seat that Jane sits in.
Okay, very good. Very, very good. I'm gonna have, Camila, do you have difficulties with these sounds or are you okay with the E and I?
I guess I can do it, but you can tell me.
Okay, so let's do it together. So have like heels, okay?
Hills.
Hills, but everybody else can repeat if you want, okay?
Heels.
Don't wear.
Yeah.
Heels.
And now the sentence.
Don't wear high heels hiking up hills.
Okay.
Don't wear high heels hiking up hills.
Hills. Okay, so Camila, could you read the sentence?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Excuse me. Don't wear high heels hiking up hills.
Okay, one more time.
Don't wear. Wow. It's hard to say this sentence.
Hi, it's
don't
fine.
It's like don't wear high heels hiking up hills.
Very good. very precise, like the E and the I. Very good.
Robson,
Okay.
Flavio wants to know if this is a website where we can see how the mouth moves.
No,
when we pronounce.
This is not a website. This costs $100. No, I'm serious. This is a software produced by English Communication Services. It costs, I think, $100.
So you bought this software?
Yeah, I cracked it, but you don't find it anymore. Yeah, but if you continue the course, you're going to have access to it. But no, you don't. It's very difficult to find it on the internet. You can try, but it's difficult.
But if someone wants, we can buy it if someone wants, maybe.
Yeah, you can. But instead of spending 600 reais, you can take the course here and you have access to it.
Oh, sure.
How are you going to?
It's a lot easier.
How are you going to give access to people, Robson?
Well, there is like an installer kind of thing. Yeah, so they'll know. Yeah, but it's possible. You can have access to it, but it's not a website that will simply go there and it's like a free resource.
There's a website where people record their voices. It's called Forvo, F-O-R-V-O, Forvo.
Oh, I don't know that one.
There are many recordings from people from all countries for each word.
Oh, I didn't know about that one. Yeah, but it's still different from the system, right? It's not a system that is designed to help you, develop pronunciation. Let's put it this way, right? Okay, so let's go
Can you write it down, please, Juliana?
Yes, I will write it down here in the chat box.
Yeah,
thanks.
Guys, maybe we could do because we have a few exercises here we can do. It's just no. Okay, let me go over because I don't want it to be like very theoretical, because I really want you to have like fun and practice, right? If we're gonna like open some rooms, I have like plenty of exercises here we can do, right? But let's go to this contrast here, because this one is maybe gonna take a little while until you get it. Okay, so do you remember the color IPA chart for vowels that we just saw? The as in red dress and the cat, which is just like lower down. Okay, so for the so your tongue is like further back, but you open your mouth, but not as much to say like right? It's just like the in Portuguese. But the like the second one, your lips are going to be relaxed and your tongue is going to be high in your mouth. No, it's wrong. Your tongue is going to be like low, okay? Because high in your mouth, you're going to say E, but low, you say like the vowel at the bottom, which is A. I'm going to give you a hint. Usually I use like words in Portuguese so that I can hear the difference. For example, Teresa, who's been living in Canada for like 30 years, you said?
33, actually.
Yeah, 33, very exact. Okay, so do you have difficulties in producing like these pair of vowels, or are you okay with them?
Actually, those took me a long time. When I first came, I could not even distinguish them. So first I was able to distinguish, then I was able to produce, but only, I don't even think I can produce them perfectly. For example, I'm having a bad day. I know I have to open my mouth a lot. Yeah. I'm having a bad day, and I sleep on a very comfortable bed.
That's good. That sounds very good.
Bed and bad, sat and sat, man and man. So I have to remind myself to open my mouth extra wide with the A vowel, if it's. And that's something that, see, I taught here in Canada, I was an English as a second language teacher for a long time. I retired and now I'm doing translation interpretation. And I would always tell my students, when you can tell that I have an accent speaking English, it's because now your English is good enough that you don't need me anymore. But I found that especially the Korean kids, they would have a hard time with those sounds.
Oh, really?
Yes, and they also had a hard time with the sounds that you're working on before, the E and the E.
Yes.
And sometimes they'll get in trouble because they'll say, can I have a piece of shit? But they want to have, can I have a piece of, can I have a sheet of paper? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Can I have a sheet of paper? But they would say, can I have a shit of paper? And then the other kids would start laughing and making fun of them. Or they would say, in the summer, I want to go to the beach. And then, and then the other kids would make fun of them. And I'll say, no, you have to say in the summer, I'm going to the beach. So that's so important to work on those sounds because that could get you in trouble.
Yeah, not because of accent, because that's going to be your choice, right? How much of an accent you still want to carry. This choice I cannot make, right? It's a choice that you have to make yourself, right? How much of an accent you still want to carry, right? But the importance is in, let's say, semantics, let's put it this way, meaning, right? Because you might end up saying like something else instead of what you actually wanted to say, right? Okay, so let me have here, let me give you words in Portuguese. Like here's like first like a quick strategy. Try to put the sounds in words like for example, I usually say like the word like pé, right? Meu pé tá doendo, meu pé, right? Pé. It's similar to bed, okay? Not identical, but it's similar to bed, pé, right? But you say the second one, you say your feet are really sore, and then meu pé. You know, try to say like with your mouth like wide open, pé, pé, pé.
Are you still talking to me? Are you still talking to me, Robson? Do you still want me
to everybody. No,
okay.
Like,
I don't want to monopolize the conversation.
No, no problem. Okay, I just, I'm just like addressing this to like everybody else. Okay, so bad. Okay, I'm gonna give you another hint that works. Okay, I don't know if there are any cariocas like in the house this afternoon, but for example, you can try to produce the as if you were producing like a vowel, just like a carioca, because cariocas usually say like many diphthongs, right? Cariocas and paulistas as well, right? Like to say, I don't know, or when cariocas simply say they say right? With a diphthong, like two vowels, but really quickly, like So I think that might help. Okay, so bad. So you shouldn't have a problem. Are you carioca, Claudia? Okay, so if you think of the way that you say you want to say the second word, maybe. Okay, guys, I don't know if I'm helping, but I hope I am. Right? So bad. You can try to say like bad in slow motion, right? As if you were like a diphthong, but then you say fast, like bad. Okay, bad. Am I making sense? Let me see here. Claudia Regina. I'm going to try to have like everybody participate. Hi there.
Yay, how are you?
Good. It's good to have you here. So would you produce these these pairs to us?
Yes. Bad. I got confused also with this one. Bad.
Mm-hmm. And then the
sad.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Okay, good.
We have to open our wide.
Yes. You can open like a little more. Okay, like bad. Only bad. I think try to open a little bit more for bad. But sad and man, we're good. But bad, try to open like a little wide. Good. Bad.
And bad. So close it. Yes?
Yeah.
Bad.
Close, yeah. Bad. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the D, should I say bad or bad? The D sound, I never know how to use it.
Depends. It's, let's say, like personal choice, because you have like two options. You can either release it or unrelease it. If you would have to see my articulation for that. So I'm just gonna pause here like for a second. Guys, I hope you're not bothered. Okay, sorry, I can't read the conversation, but Juliana, if there's like anything important, just let me know, okay? Because I think I'm too concentrated here and I cannot see the chat. But I have like I I have I don't know, an assistant. You'll be my assistant. Anyway, for the D sound, like at the end,
Yes.
right? You can release it or not. Just the and the t, right? You can say
bad.
Oh, the bad, right? You can say
Bad.
bad and hold it, right? But you
Okay.
have to create that obstruction, okay? Bad, right? It's not bad. No,
Okay,
you need
no,
an
bad.
obstruction, okay? Bad, and then you hold it. You can hold your,
Okay.
because the duh is produced here. Tip of your tongue against the back of your teeth, okay? Bad. You can simply hold it, okay? Bad or bad. You can release, okay? Because you have, like in word endings, you know, those plosives can be released, right? Which has to do with the articulatory movement, or unreleased, you hold it, right? The T is very common as well.
Good.
Like a word with T, like part, but has R, so I like a simpler one. Light, for example, light. You say light. You can say like unreleased, right? Light, or light, right? And if it is followed by a vowel, that becomes a tap. You can say lighted, for example.
Okay.
Robson,
yeah.
One of the difficulties I have is the ED.
Oh, the ED? Oh, we're gonna see them. Well, not initially, because we saw like last semester, but I can bring that. We can see that shortly. Okay, the ED.
Asked.
Yeah.
I asked.
Okay.
Robson,
yeah.
Could you repeat the difference between man in the singular and man in the plural?
Oh,
man
sure.
and man.
Yeah,
I use
sure.
it to pronounce this the same way.
The same way, yeah. To be honest, like if it's in a word like Superman, like this, if it's in a compound, just like Superman, it's not like people are gonna say like Superman, right? Because it's in a compound. It's just like fast and breakfast, right? We're not gonna say breakfast, right? So if it's a compound, right? But if you pronounce it like in isolation, the second one, this is a pair that I used to struggle with, but then I had a help of a friend, and then I I was able like to hear the secret, and then I say, oh, I got it. Yeah, I had to learn this by myself, because sometimes people know how to produce it, like native speakers know how to produce it, but they don't know like the secret. Oh, how we do it, so they just don't know how to explain. But I figured out myself. Like I have a few, because in English, it's really important to understand that. Let me try to use.
The light is on.
The light is on.
No.
Yeah,
I was just reading something from the chat box. Light is on. So, but
okay.
Also, Kleber mentioned something. The vowel sound in bad is not actually that long unless you come from the southern part of the U.S.
Yeah. No, I'm just emphasizing.
Okay.
Just so you know, I said bad, right? Because it sounded like a Texan, right? Because they carry like that drawl, the kind of thing. No, but it's still but a quick one, like bad, right? But I'm just trying to make things easier for people who cannot hear that sound. Okay, so a little secret here. Like for example, say me, just like meu, me, and then say men, and then you produce that obstruction, okay? Men, me, meu, men, men. And then the second one is man. Like
more open, man.
The second one, yeah, always. Just like in bad and sat, okay? And man. Because of the nasal sound, these vowels, they get a little bit funny because they're not like the ones we have in Portuguese for, I don't know, maybe canto. Some people say like banana, but they still say the nana, or banana, as we say in the Northeast, or caneta, as we say here, like in the Northeast. Maybe Teresa as well, since she's like a Northeastern. Paula and many of our friends here. Okay. But in English, these vowels, they are not like nasalized. You have like nasalized, sorry. You have the me, you have the me, meu, men, and then the second one is man. man. Mildred, do you have a question?
Yes, yes. Could I say that those words that are consonant, A, consonant, are pronounced like that? A.
That these words are consonant, vowel. Consonants are...
But consonant, A, consonant. Consonant, A, consonant.
Ah, okay. Depends. Yeah, maybe like monosyllable. Yeah, you say like monosyllables, right?
Monosyllables,
when you have like
yes.
a CVC monosyllable. Late. Depends. No, not always, because for example, late, even though you have 4 letters, you have 3 sounds, and it's still late. It's
late.
not lat.
Okay.
Yeah, it really depends. English is very like irregular, so no,
Yeah.
it doesn't explain. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like maybe you have many words that you're going to produce the a when you have like a CVC, like 1 syllable CVC
like
words.
Matt Damon.
Matt, and then you have Damon. No, but yeah, for Matt as in Matthew, right?
Matt. Yeah, it's Matthew.
Yeah, or mattress as well. Yeah, but her question was, do all CVC words containing like the vowel, this vowel here is
with
going
the
to
vowel
be
A in the middle. With the vowel A in the middle.
Yeah, it's going to be pronounced like that. Not always, sometimes, right? Because late, for example, is different. Late, or even name, right? Because name, even though you have 4 letters, okay. We need, I think for next class, I'm going to bring like a syllable, right? Because we never studied syllable in this course, and syllable is so important. It's nothing what you think it is, guys. Syllables yeah, it'll be a surprise to understand what syllable, because we think, because in school, like at least when I went to school, and some of you too, we learn how to like separate syllables, right? But in English, like syllable separation is different. It's more like phonetic. And in Portuguese, I have a feeling it's not that phonetic, let's put it this way. But yeah, okay, I'm trying to track time here. Would anyone else would like to practice this, like this beautiful sentence here? Like he said cat before I said bed and dad. So let me have, this is, we call it a vehicle sentence. We use this in research to collect data. Right, so I'll have, let me see somebody who hasn't participated yet, or maybe Karen, my friend Karen, who's here like for the 2nd time. I hope I'm not boring you, Karen, because you
not at all. Not at all.
Saw this. I said, oh
no,
my goodness.
I was just imagining that I have to do this first part again and again and again, and I will do it many times.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I was just wondering. I have another question. I don't know if you're gonna work with the vowels I and A in contrast.
Oh,
today.
Which ones? The I and
it's not the vowel. In this case, it would be the diphthong.
The diphthong. Yeah, the diphthong. The I and A. No, I can bring that if you want.
Okay.
Like next class. Okay.
It's just because sometimes it's really difficult to me to know, just looking at the word. I sometimes can't identify if it should be, for example, in the word bilabial. It is really,
bilabial.
If I just look at a word, it is really difficult for me to know if it's gonna be bilabial or bilabial.
Oh, bilabial.
You know?
Okay.
I don't know if there is some kind of rule, but you have already said
for
that it's not regular.
No. Would you like to know now?
No, I don't want to interrupt it, because now you are in another pair of vowels, but it's just maybe for next meeting.
Okay, but would you please remind me so that I won't forget?
I will. Okay.
This has to do with syllable structure. Okay, guys. Okay. We cannot explain like everything, but for this one, there is an explanation. Okay, why is bilabial and not bilabial, right? Or bilabial, whatever. Okay, for this one, I have an explanation. Okay?
Good. Or sometimes symbol or symbol. Yeah?
Or symbol as well. Okay. I don't know if I have an explanation for that one, but for bilabial, I have, because it's similar to other words. Okay. So Karen, could you try to read this he said sentence?
Yeah. He said cat before he said bad and bad.
Okay, very good. except that the bed, because I think you were so concentrated to do the that you ended up saying all the way through. It happens, right? It happened in my own process. Okay, so don't feel bad, because when I was like really learning, like you know, sound like vowel accuracy, it happened to me. I said, oh my goodness, what I'm doing. But I think it's totally normal, because you're so concentrated, like your level of attention is so high when trying to produce the new sound, that you end up producing like the same, like for each target vowel that you have. But you can say it again.
He said cat before I said bed and dad.
Perfect. Perfect. Very, very accurate. Very accurate.
That tip you gave about man and thinking about meu or man was wonderful.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like using like Portuguese, like our native language, or maybe Spanish, right? Because we have some Spanish-speaking people here as well. Can really help, right? We can use our, let's say, our native language
to scaffold.
Yes, to our favor. Let's put it this way. Okay. Let me see here, guys. I'm thinking about doing something more dynamic. I think you're bored. You're too quiet, or maybe I'm speaking too much. Maybe I'm talking too much. I want to hear some noise. Okay. So I still had to explain, like,
Robson.
You know what yes.
Can you hear me? My name is Mariana. Hi, everyone. I'm a little confused about the theoretical explanation. I like it a lot. I'm a letras student, so
that's good.
I'm a little familiar with that, but I have taken phonetic course like in the beginning of my graduation, and I'm at the ending, so I'm not like I have forgot a lot. But like when you say lips not spread and lips relaxed, I can't see the difference, because for me, like when you're relaxed, you're not spread, you know.
Okay. I think because for both and both you, because for your lips are, I think they're similar, because when you say that they are not spread or they are relaxed, it means that they are like lax sounds, that they are not tense ones usually, right? Because they would be similar. Because for example, for E and I, you would have like spread, right? So your lips are spread, which makes the sound like tenser because of articulatory tension, right? And then you have like the lax or not spread. Those are like, you know, those are just like articulatory gestures, okay?
Okay,
So,
and
I'm
when
basically
you
saying
were
the same thing.
Okay. And when you were explaining, I think you corrected the slide. It was like low.
Yeah,
just
this
for me
is
to
low,
confirm.
okay? Yeah,
Okay.
tongue low, but I'm gonna correct like the final.
Okay, it's just because I'm writing.
Okay.
I'm writing down, so just for me to confirm.
Sure, no problem. So you can ask as many questions as you want.
Thank you a lot.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Okay, guys. So let's do the U and right? Okay, I'm gonna do this one like quick so that we like start like doing an activity and exercise. Okay, like a more practical one. Okay, for the U, this U is more similar to what we have in Portuguese. Okay, so your lips are like round. When you say lua, for example, lua, but try to make it like even like tenser, like lips are round and tense. Round is just like lu. When you say as in for example, looks, like Luke looks handsome, right? You can say look here as well, because like generally, at least in North America, so you tell them apart, like the look and the look and look, right? But I think that in some varieties of British English, I think at least in Scotland, because I had a friend from Scotland, she said that she wouldn't distinguish between like look and look, or let's say book. She is going to say like book, just most Brazilians say, right? Usually say. But in North American English, at least in most varieties or standard varieties of American English, you have like a more lax sound, which is the sound. It sounds like the like when you say, okay, this may be a little bit rough, but for example, when Paulista say mãe, it's like let's put it this way with like a circumflex accent. but shorter in the back, right? And relax, like ooh, Does it make sense? Because vowels are really hard to explain, guys. Yeah, so like the roots of your mouth has to be like pushed to the back because it's they are both like the oo and the they are both like back vowels, right? So this is your tongue, like the tip and the root. So your root has to be like this, like oo, because they are high, and back in your mouth. So you say oo is the highest, and then you round your lip at the front. So oo. And for the you have to lower the root of your tongue a little bit, like ooh, okay, just as in a, I think I had a better table than this. Maybe this, whoops, I stopped to share the screen, but like I just got this table here, for example. I think it's a lot better too. Maybe like the examples are better, right? So it's such a mess because for oo and you can use like whatever spelling, and they're really confusing, right? So the A column should be pronounced as oo, okay? Oo, oo. And the B column should be pronounced as pool, book, pool, book. Can you hear the difference? Instead of saying pool and book, even though book is also correct, so it depends on the variety, because sometimes, guys, it's just like personal preference. Okay, sometimes it's just about personal preference, and sometimes like even like native varieties of English, they can have like different pronunciations. But in North America, it's more common to have like them distinguished. Okay, like the pool and the book. Yeah. I hope I'm not speaking too loud. Like these earphones, sometimes I feel like I'm screaming and I cannot like hear myself well. So I think I'm like dropping one of those so that I can hear myself a little better. Okay, so food, and you have food. Maybe a better word than wood would be flood. You have food and flood, and not flute because it has like double O, but it should pronounce as flute. Okay, food and wood. We have an exercise here we could do. With okay, so you have like them here. Good. So you have like minimal pairs here. Much better than mine.
Shoe.
You see, ooh, shoe.
Should.
Should. Should. You see? It's more like your lips are more round, like even more than when you say lua. Try to say lua and then shoe.
Should.
Should. Should. Like shorter.
This dancing shoe shouldn't fit so tight.
So we have a lot of new vowels to practice. So let me hear Pereira. Are you there?
Sorry, but Robson,
Or,
I think you're sharing the wrong screen. You're still sharing the PowerPoint.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, I can say I can see that.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, I don't know why. Sharing. Okay, I should. How about now? Yes.
Okay. Now shoe.
Shoe.
Okay. Round your lips. Shoe. Shoe.
Should.
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 This dancing shoe shouldn't fit so tight.
See, like one is like round and the other one is relaxed. They are both back vowels, so use the roots of your tongue. Okay, ooh, and then you relax your tongue like a little more in the articulation, like at the front as well. Okay, so let me see, Anna, are you still there? Sorry guys, it's just because I can't see everyone. I don't know, Anna, if Anna's still there. I think I was going to ask her to volunteer or anyone else. And that, I don't know, like a volunteer would like to practice a sentence.
Hi.
Okay, go ahead. Sure, absolutely.
These dancing shoes shouldn't fit so tight.
Okay, one more time. Oh, one more time. Yes.
Okay, these dancing shoes shouldn't fit so tight.
Okay, very good for the should and shouldn't, right? Just remember, I know it's not the focus, right? So don't worry about that. But here the fit, okay, which is the vowel that we just learned or practiced, okay? So shoe shouldn't fit, okay? They're both like flags
And also
shouldn't
this
fit.
instead of these.
Yes, this, because if you say these, you're saying the plural, okay? So this dancing. And when you say it fast, the funny thing is, it happens the same for the T-H-E. So you barely say any vowel, you just say the consonants. This dancing shoe shouldn't fit so tight. And then like at the end, you choose whether you're gonna release it or not, okay? Shoe, shouldn't. Can you hear the difference? Can you hear the difference? Yeah, can you hear the difference between these two?
Fool.
Fool. This one is good. Fool, fool.
Full.
Full. You can practice, okay?
Don't be a fool. Always drive with a full tank of gas.
Okay, so let's try to read this one. So, don't be a fool.
Fool.
Okay, you can read everybody together, no problem. So, let me
Don't
hear
be
you
a
guys.
fool.
Don't be a fool.
Always drive with a full tank of gas.
With a full tank of gas. Yeah, I love that because we tend, as Brazilians or maybe Latin Americans or non-native speakers of English, we tend to produce these two as the same, right? Full and full. But now you know that they are slightly different, okay? And in this case, they are minimal pair. Okay, they are minimal pair. I think just look in the loop.
Look.
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 Luke looks handsome.
So
Luke looks.
Luke looks.
Robson.
Yeah.
Could you pronounce again the difference between this and these?
Okay. The demonstrative. Yes.
Yeah. I used to speak this as the singular. This.
Okay.
And these, but I think you pronounce it different.
For example, okay, so I'm gonna write. They are as different as I'm writing the chat now. As in, for example, the vowels. Okay, so this is similar to bitch, as these is similar to beach. Okay. This.
Sorry.
For example, the singular is similar to the word bitch. Bitch. This.
Bitch.
This, the singular. And then the plural, you smile, okay? So your lips are like spread, like these, okay? As in these, okay?
And do I have to put the tongue between the teeth, like
these, because it's an interdental sound. Yes.
These.
So you could say this bitch. And
this
these
bitch.
beaches. And these beaches.
These bitches. Okay. This
these
bitch.
Beaches. And these beaches.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, this bit. Yeah, that's very good. So see, guys, I have a very good assistant. Yeah, when I can think of examples.
In Portuguese, it's trava-língua. I don't know in English.
Yeah, like a tongue twister. Okay.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister. Right. So this bitch, these beaches. Very good.
Kleber made some comments here because he is not able to use the microphone, I think.
Okay.
He's saying that in Canada, young school children, particularly ESL students, are taught the difference between the I sound in sit and seat, and A sound in at and late, and the O sound in not and note, as short and fairly long.
In note. And what was the other pair?
At,
not and
late,
note.
not note.
Oh, at and late, right? And late.
As short and long. The difference would be short and long. They are taught.
Yeah, but okay. There is intrinsic duration, as we call it, but the main difference between like these sounds is really like the timbre. It's the color. Well, as a phonetician, I would say it's the color, because I don't know if you are like in everyday speech, even if you emphasize it, okay, you can still say like sit. Oh, sit, like, you know, like emphasizing sit. Like nobody does that, but you could. But it doesn't change the word because the timbre is the same. Sit. and seat. And you can say seat, short, seat, and sit. Usually it's the opposite. Yeah, I would agree that when you say sit, the verb is more short and clipped. And when you say like the seat, the place where you sit, is usually longer, right? But I wouldn't say that's the main quality. And researchers usually say that native speakers, they rely on, let's say, on the color, the timbre, rather than the duration to distinguish between these sounds. I mean, when native speakers undergo like perception tests in laboratory, right?
Yeah, I think we can come back to this bitch in these meetings.
Okay. So can you see?
Can I ask a question regarding
Sure.
loop?
Sure.
Because I see that I can tell the difference between loop and look, but I cannot tell the difference between this.
Very good. Very good one, Camila. Like the look and luck. That's another vowel, the a vowel. The one that is phonetically represented by an upside down V, and it sounds like luck. It sounds more like luck, luck.
And what would be the first one, like the difference pronouncing them?
The look. Okay, let me try to show you like a full chart.
Thank you.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, I think this color chart. I think this color chart here might help us a little bit. It's not super precise, but still, I think it can help us here. For example, this color chart here. So you see like the look. Okay, so the vowel is lower, just like as in hook and Robin Hood. Okay, moon. So the root of your tongue is like higher in your mouth than moon, hook, and then just say so your tongue is like in the center of your mouth. Let's put it this way, like luck, cup, for example, or mustard.
Robson, can I ask you something?
Sure.
I never know when we should say a cup of mustard or a cup of
mustard.
Or
I think it's like, or I think A is more like when you're emphasizing and it's personal preference. I think A is quite common in the south of the US, like maybe I heard like Texans say A sometimes, or when you are emphasizing, you say a cup of mustard, I think. But it's usually like this unstressed vowel that we're gonna study like next class. The ones who continue, of course, we're going to study the productions of for example, for like a cup of mustard, like a go, right? Because we tend to say a go, right? Because of interference. I know we have only 4 minutes left, but if you could stay like 10 minutes, we could like have a little practice. Okay, now that we learned. Okay, there's so many. I didn't even get to the challenging words, but we can do that next time. Okay, so let's do like a game here. I'm gonna put you like in groups. Okay, I'm gonna add like maybe 4 people like each group, because I don't know, maybe there's somebody who doesn't want to participate. But basically, you're going to try to tell like your phone number to your classmate, but you're going to say like in words, right? And each word here corresponds to a number. Okay, let's read them together, and at the end you're gonna see if you guess like the right number. Okay, so the first one is you'll tell me.
Beat.
B. And then
bit.
2.
Bad.
3.
Bad.
2
4.
and 3 will be difficult.
Boot.
No, this one is boot.
Boot.
5.
But.
6.
Feet.
7.
Fit.
8. Fat. And 9.
Food.
Foot. Okay, foot. The vowel in butt, guys, is not the horseshoe as in foot, book. It is more like luck. Okay, the upside down V, like your tongue is like in the center, like butt, luck. Okay, and this one is foot. All right. So I think I could, Juliana, could you print this and put it in the group?
Yes, I'm doing. Yes, I'm doing it right now.
All right. Am I a co-host? Because I'd like to put them like in small groups,
yes,
so
you are.
that we can have like a little practice. Okay, guys.
I put only the numbers and words, okay?
Yeah.
Not the entire slide.
Robson, may I ask a question?
Sure, sure.
Now you said the upside down V. Yeah. Do they those symbols?
Symbols. Yeah, with the I as in bitch, this bit symbols.
Do they have names? Like
some of them do. Schwa, Ash. Some of them do, and some names they are just like informal names. We say like the light L, the dark L, the what was the other one that I said? Like the upside down V, the horseshoe. Yeah.
Could I have a list somewhere of those names?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll write so that I won't forget to.
Oh, thank you.
So they can have all of that, right? So I'll put you in groups of maybe like 4 to 5 participants. We won't have a lot of time to practice, but if you don't mind, say like 5-10 minutes just to finish here, like really quickly. Okay. So
we have to tell each other our phone number, right?
Phone numbers, yeah. And then you check if you guess, and I'll be like visiting like.
I'm going to jump from one room to the other just to record different conversations.
Yeah, so that you can record, and we have like
so
footage for a new video.
I have to broadcast message to all. Is that it?
No, you don't. What? No broadcast. Broadcast is when we're like closing the rooms.
No, there's another button. Close all rooms.
No, this is only when we're ending. You have to join.
How can I join?
Well, are you a host or a co-host?
I can see it. Okay.
Can you see it?
I will join room on 1.
Okay. I'll just.
Hello, people. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So I think, for example, Olavo should tell Mildred his phone number, but using those words, right?
Mildred, so where is the list? It's in
the list. You can go to the WhatsApp group. I put there.
Okay. There is okay.
There is a list with the numbers and the words.
Okay.
Mildred, can you listen?
May I start?
Sorry, I have my baby next to me.
Yes, you may start, please. I will try to write your number down as well.
Okay.
But do you have the key? I don't have the key.
I've got the key now.
In the WhatsApp group.
The Robson, okay. Let me try to find it out.
So, may I start?
Yes.
Okay. So my phone number is foot, feet, bet, boot, bat, boot, fat, beat.
I think I have it.
Yeah, I think so.
So what do you have there, Mildred, in numbers?
In numbers, I'm not sure, but I tried. 9, 6, 6, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 0.
In the end, I put 3, 0, 3, 0.
Well, 3, 4, 5, 0.
3, 4, 3, 0.
Okay, 3, 0.
Okay, I'll repeat at the end then. Okay. So the beginning is okay. So, but I'll repeat the whole number. Okay. So, foot, feet, bat, boot, bat.
Okay.
Boot, fat, bit.
Bit. in the end?
It's bad.
So it's in the end, it's 3-1. I
It's
think.
not beat, but bad.
Bit.
So three.
Bit.
So it's 3, 4, 8, 1. So it's bat, boot, fat, bit. It's bit, not beat.
So it's 3, 4, 3, 1.
3, 4, 8.
1.
No, 8, 1.
8, 1.
Fat.
8.
Fat.
It's fat.
Fat bit.
So I
heard a
missed
little
the two last ones.
bad.
I thought it was bit, like 1. And
yeah, me.
Yeah, in the end. Okay. I think I'm going to another room, but now Mildred can tell Olavo her number, okay? While
Okay. Okay, sorry, I had closed the, okay.
Now, can I say my...
Double 9.
0364301. Is that correct?
Could you repeat, please? After
double 9 0364301. Is that
no,
correct?
No, that's not correct.
One, I think.
I tried, but
maybe I mispronounced.
What's your correct? Then could you repeat your number again with the words?
With the words, okay. Well, my DDD is bat bit, and now the cell phone number is
bat bit is 31.
31. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And then food, bit, fat, feet, boot, bat, bit, beat.
So it ends with 1, 0? 1, 0?
Yes, it ends with 1, 0, 10.
Bet beat.
Yes.
And before bet beat, what's it?
It's
boot,
bet.
Boot and?
Boot, bet.
4, 2.
Yes, 4, 2.
Okay.
4 to 10. It's the end of my
4
number.
to 10. Okay.
10.
Who else could tell their number?
I wanna try. Can I?
Please.
Foot, fat, boot, fat, beat, bat.
I don't know if I got it.
It ends in 22, right? The end.
I don't know.
No.
No.
Let me try.
That?
Let me try again. Probably I didn't hear pronunciation. No, probably no. My pronunciation is terrible. But let me try it again. Foot, beat, bat or bat. I don't know. Feet, boot, bat or beat. I don't know the pronunciation. Beat. Oh, sorry, I'm saying your number, Flav. Oh my God, what is?
Yeah, I was.
What I am? Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
But it begins with 99,
because I took note of your number.
905, right?
So she will.
I'm so sorry.
She will say it again.
Now I will say mine. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Foot, fat, boot, foot, beat, fat. Did you got it?
Could you repeat slowly, please?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Since the beginning.
Foot, twice. Foot, fat, foot, beat,
After fat is what? After fat is
After
what?
fat is foot.
Food. Ah, okay.
After is beat. Before this class, I will say foot, but I heard Robson saying foot. Because of that, I'm trying to imitate Robson, you know? I'm trying.
Yes, of course.
Bat, bat, bat. 3 times. Bat, bat, and bat.
Okay.
Ah, okay. So it is 99890333, right?
Yeah,
I think
almost. Before 9, that is a number 4. 9 double 9,
I didn't
84, 90333.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. So how's that going? Are you guessing like each other's phone number, or did I give you guys a hard time?
It's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But we are improving.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to imitate you, Robson, because
Me?
your pronunciation, because before I heard I listened to you, we have this class, this meeting, I probably would say foot, not foot.
Foot, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I got it. It sounds so good.
I'm trying to.
It sounds good.
Thank you.
Way to go. Way to go. Yeah. So at least you learned something new. That's
right.
Hello. Did you find out each other's phone number?
Yes, I got one wrong number.
Oh, great. So could you pronounce Viviane's number, Camila?
Yes, just a second.
In words, not in numbers.
Oh, actually no, because I was taking note in the chat and then I deleted.
Okay, your number then.
Yes, my number, that's fine. Okay, let's see. Fat, foot, boot, bat, bat, feet, bat, boot, fit.
Okay. I think it's 8942.
Yeah.
36.
Yes.
247.
Perfect. Yes, perfect.
Yeah,
she also got it all right.
Great.
How about your number, Viviane?
Okay. So can I ask you?
Yes.
Favor, Camila, please. Can you? Okay, thanks. So my phone number is food, bat, boot, feet, beat, bed, feet, bed.
I think it's 9934 60161.
Whoa,
Yeah?
the same mistake Camila did. The same mistake. Instead of 2, it's 3. So maybe I'm mispronouncing.
Which one is?
Yeah, my number is bat. Bat.
What's this, right?
Yeah, instead of 3, it's 2. Like 992. So maybe I am mispronouncing because Camila made the same mistake.
Bat.
So bad.
Okay.
Bad, right?
This one
bad.
is difficult.
Bad.
Yeah, this one is difficult.
It's difficult, and what I think we get so concentrated to do it right, to make the person understand that maybe that's the reason I don't know.
I overstressed maybe the vowel.
I don't think so. I think it was because I was really trying to connect here and there and try to figure it out. I don't think it was mispronounced or something.
Okay, then now I'm going to another group, okay, to see what other people are saying.
Okay.
Should we leave this room and go back to the?
Yeah, you could leave the room if you want. Yes.
Okay. Nice to meet.
Oh, here is Juliana. Hi, Juliana.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
So did you find each other's phone number?
Yeah, it was really hard. In the end, I didn't even know my phone number anymore.
What if we had to tell our number this way from now on?
No, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Are we supposed to return? Juliano, I just, I've sent to you the, no, I've tried. I think you did not receive yet, but I've just sent to you the print of the payment.
Ah, okay. I will take a look. Yeah.
Okay.
Take a look or take a look?
Yeah, wow. Look.
Take a look.
Take a look.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Flood helped me a lot. Flood.
Flood.
We had a flood. Not flood.
Yeah. No. But look is look.
Look. Yeah. With L-O-O-K.
Yeah. Look.
I think it's look.
Look.
I thought it was also look. Look here. Look here. But I think it's look here.
Look here.
Look here.
Wow.
Look, I'm here. Look. Look, Luke. Look, Luke. Olha, Luke. Look, Luke.
I have always said it wrong.
Look. Luck is soft. Luck.
Look. 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 But I'm not saying luck, but look.
Look.
Instead of
Look.
Yeah, let's come back to the, I don't know.
Okay. I think I have closed the other window. I will enter through the WhatsApp link.
What?
I will leave.
No,
room.
we can. You can leave room.
I can leave this
one.
There's a button here in
the
down right corner.
Okay. Just leave a room.
Yeah, leave room. Yeah, leave room. And then you go to the main room.
But then there is another option. Leave breakout room. This is a breakout room.
Yeah, this is the breakout room.
Yeah, you got it. Congratulations.
I was good.
Oh, I think I came back here by accident.
Hi, Juliana.
Hi, Juliana.
I think I must go to another room.
It's a very good exercise. We are join it.
I was telling other people that the word flood helped me. Flood. To understand how we should pronounce look or others. Yeah.
Look, flood.
But, that, but, that.
Repeat, please.
You are already fluent in those words?
Jesus Christ. It's difficult. Okay, I'll try again. So, foot, fat, but, that, but, that. Jesus, let's see.
Pereira, what do you think?
What's my phone number?
Yeah, Pereira, tell her in number.
It lasts with 3.
It ends in 3.
It ends with 2.
2. Okay, that.
Roberta said is 9985 32223. No?
No, 99853 1112.
111. So it's beat, not bit.
Beat.
Beat. It's the number 1. Beat.
Yeah, beat.
80. Beat. And bit. No, beat is the number 0. Beat is 0.
0.
Beat. Okay,
so
beat 0. Okay.
So it's beat. 0003. Yeah.
Number 1. Beat.
It's number 0 or number 1 3 times?
Number 1.
Number 1. So it's bit.
Ah,
bit.
Bet. Number 2.
Number 2 is bet. I think bet. Number 1 bit.
It is
bet.
Very similar.
Bit bet.
0 and 2.
That is advised to leave this blackout room.
Yeah, we are going to the main room in a few seconds. Yes. So the numbers 0, 1, and 2 are beat, bit, and bat. Beat, bet, bat.
Beat, bet, bat.
Okay, I will return.
Okay, let's go to the main room, people.
Yes, but she got everything. She got everything in mind.
Oh, that's good. So you had good practice. So do you think this, like this first day of the mentorship helped you guys with these vowels? So do you think you struggled with them before and now you can like maybe perceive them like a little bit like more accurately? So
now, to tell you the truth, now I am totally convinced that I have huge problems in pronunciation.
Don't say that. Don't say
Thank
that,
you for
Karen.
that. Thank you
no,
for
no,
that.
no. We are all learning. I'm pretty sure that we are all learning.
Okay.
And then Lillian said that she
Yeah,
agreed.
no.
Okay, so sorry guys, I took like a little longer than
Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Even
But
this
anyways.
word, Robson, if you excuse me, even the word pronunciation, I've always said pronunciation, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think British people say pronunciation, but it's
that's
usually
why.
pronunciation. Yeah.
Pronunciation.
At least in
that's
North
why.
America, pronunciation. And
Okay.
some British people say pronunciation, which is like more
I've
similar
always
to
said
that
that.
verb pronounce, right? And it makes we feel that we are wrong. But in that case, it's just it could be like personal preference and also, you know, different varieties. Just like either and either. Right,
Yeah.
because back in the day, like either was like more
Neither,
North American and either would be like more European. But apparently there are people who use either one, either the other, so it's all fine. Right?
Yeah.
What about
Okay.
one more, behind or behind?
Behind. That's a very good one. Behind. I would say behind.
Behind.
I don't know if
Oh
behind.
my God,
is
I have always
I think
said behind.
Behind.
If you,
Guys, I'll have.
until
Wait
I
a
start
second.
working with
I
some
have
people, they're all
to. I
behind.
have to double check that one, but I think behind only has an option. I think, but I'll check
Behind
here.
is a little Arabic.
Behind. Behind. That's funny because we have a
Behind.
behind. Oh, that's
What is
funny.
the transcription?
Well, I'm gonna copy here for you guys. I think it's only behind with a I as in bitch. Behind.
Oh my
like
God.
this.
Thank you, Camila.
Behind. Yeah.
I know.
There
First
might
time
be,
I heard of.
guys. I just checked the dictionary. That might be another. I don't know. Maybe a possibility of saying behind, but I'm pretty sure like behind is more common at least. Okay. At least behind to my ears would be like more common. Okay.
In my ears, in my ears, the way you say it is as if it were no vowel at all.
No vowel, yeah. Because when we say it fast, we kind of like eliminate the vowel. We say behind. Yeah, not behind. Yeah, behind. Okay. We kind of do that. Like
Robson,
behind.
I just a question. I already heard interested, interest, and interested.
Yeah.
What's correct?
Yeah. Both are correct. Oh, wait a second. Let's just take a picture, everybody together, because I can spend more time with you. Bruno, who's Bruno leaving? Bruno? No, wait, Bruno. We are all leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We just show you beautiful faces. I think we have to take the screenshot like at the beginning. Camila, okay, Camila is right next to me.
But I think I recorded. I can take a screenshot afterwards with a recording.
Yeah. But we can take now, because if we say we're not, if we don't say we're gonna take a screenshot, people don't show their beautiful faces. So that was like more like a strategy kind of thing. Okay, so feel comfortable, right? So if there's anyone else, I'm just gonna take like a screenshot, and if you have more questions, I'll be glad to talk to you. Okay, so strike your best pose. And... okay, guys. All right.
Bye-bye. Thank you a lot.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys, I'll be here if you have like any questions, right? But we can call it a day if you have like any appointments. But I can talk to some of you if you have like any questions regarding pronunciation. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Or
Bye-bye, guys.
pronunciation.
Thank you so much.
Pronunciation.
Fernando.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We see each other in 15 days.
June 5th. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I forgot to announce. Guys,
yeah,
I
but
have
we're going to announce that in the group as well.
People don't read, Juliano. People don't read the group. So
but they have to read.
Good thing. Yeah, but people don't. We don't, right? We have so many groups. Okay, guys, like good news for you. Okay, the 10%, Juliana and I, we talked a little earlier, and we decided to extend the 10% discount until Tuesday, okay?
Oh my
God. So if you
God.
haven't subscribed yet, okay?
So I have some credits.
Tuesday.
So I have some credits because I paid the normal price today.
Normal price. Yeah. What was the normal price?
Yeah, talk to Juliana about it. Okay, so have like 10%. We are going to draw like 1 hour. So because you're entitled, if you pay like the more expensive, like the full package, you're entitled to like 30 minutes, but we are going to draw like a 1 hour with me, okay? And 1 hour, guys, a pronunciation coach costs $25 to $30 in the international market. That's the one I'm targeting now. So you're gonna have like 1 hour with me to do exercises, to have like feedback, okay? And also, if I'm not mistaken, we are also going to draw a mentorship of your choice, okay? So I have this like, if you enroll until Tuesday, okay?
Yeah,
so
I'm going to explain better in the group, okay?
Okay.
And, I can return some money to you, Karen.
Yeah, okay. So this is,
next Saturday, we don't have...
No, we're gonna skip because we're still going to advertise it like a little more, okay? And that's going to give time for people to, subscribe if they're interested. Please invite a friend who you think this mentorship will be useful. So 10% discount until Tuesday, if you enroll until Tuesday. And now pronunciation coaching with me, which is worth like $25 to $30 in the international market. And also a free mentorship of your choice, like as you can see here.
We're going to have 2 drawings in the next week.
Can you send, Robson, can you send us some homework?
I'll take a picture. Yeah.
No, not the picture. Homework.
Homework.
Send homework. Okay, I'll send homework. Yeah, in the group. I'll send homework to
because we're gonna see you in 15 days.
In 2 weeks. Yeah, don't worry. I'll send you some homework.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent idea.
Erica has a question. Erica, you can ask.
No, it's just because Renan and me, we were in another window, and I don't know if you joined it. The other.
I'm not sure. I think I didn't visit.
It was me who was joining some windows and recording. I don't know if I joined all the windows.
Yeah, I didn't. I was not able to go to visit like every room, right? But I'm pretty sure my assistant went to some rooms.
No, we were waiting for you, and I don't know what happened.
Well, probably there were like too many rooms, and I was not able to visit them all. Okay, but I'm gonna try to start like the internet interactions a little earlier, so that I can visit all rooms, right? And if you subscribe, you're going to have like if you pay like the full package, you're being entitled to a 30 minutes with me, like VIP, right? So
wow, that was great, Robson. Thank you.
Don't miss out on this opportunity. Okay, guys.
That's super good.
All right then. Okay. So it was really fun.
Don't forget to clone yourself and Juliano as well.
Sure, absolutely.
Related, I'm so sorry, but before everyone goes, maybe it's not only my question. Claudia asked for homework, right? But you also mentioned about the software.
The software, yeah. But I'm going.
If I paid for the course.
Yeah, I'll share with you. Yeah.
I think you have already paid, right, Camila? Let me see.
Yeah, I did.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we can have access.
Yeah, we're going to
have access and
explain
start
everything
practice.
to the students.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. And I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks,
Yes,
right? Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.
I sound like a blogger now. Okay.
Thank you. A YouTuber.
A YouTuber, right? Yeah, thank you, Claudia. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So much fun. Bye-bye, guys.